dust hangs in the stillness where the echoes used to ring. I walk across the ruins, tracing proof of everything. A patience carved from trials I was never meant to face. Still learning how to breathe within this broken, shifting space. The world feels stitched in fault lines that I navigate with care. Each step a quiet measure of the burdens that I bear. Yet somewhere in the silence, strength begins to form. A fragile kind of purpose rising slowly from the storm. So I move through the dusk, carrying what the storm left in my hands. A mix of fear and courage shaped by all these changing lands. And even when the shadows press too tightly on my chest, I find the thread of meaning that refuses to be pressed. I've watched the past collapse in ways I couldn't comprehend. Fragments of my failures I have no way left to mend. But still I lift my gaze to skies that tremble wide and deep. A vow to hold my footing when the world begins to sweep. Other souls around me burn with fires I don't claim. Their certainty a contrast to my quiet tempered flame. But doubt can sharpen inside when it isn't left to drown. And I've grown used to walking past that try to drag me down. So I move through the dust, carrying what the storm left in my hands. A mix of fear and courage shaped by all these changing lands. And even when the shadows press too tightly on my chest, I find the thread of meaning that refuses to be pressed. If I falter on the ridgeline, still I rise and try again. The world may fracture underfoot, but forward holds my end. I clutch the quiet promise that my strength is mine to claim. Not loud or fierce or flawless, just a steady growing flame. The past can pull like undertow, but I've learned not to lie still. I gather every fragment shaped by grief and shaped by will. And though the journey twists through places I don't understand, I'll face it with the fragile truth the storm left in my hands. If tomorrow breaks open and the sky becomes a threat, I'll brace against the pressure with the courage I've kept, yet not born of some perfection, but the will to rise despite the weight of every moment when I nearly lost the fight. So let the fading daylight fall across the ground I tread. I've walked through too much silence to be frightened by what's ahead. And though my heart still trembles at the things I can't command, I'll keep stepping through the twilight with the strength